Hello all, welcome back to Rogue Trade, of course, game operator and narrator Soul. We're back looking for the Bloodspun Web Temple in the freight line, if I remember correctly. It has been quite a few days since we last played, but no worries, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get back into it fairly quick. As a side note, there's a good chance I probably won't be doing too many voiceovers. I am starting to suffer with a little bit of a man cold, but we'll see how far we get. Alright! Let's get the door open and get on the road, shall we?
Upper deckers avoid coming here. But how can one live aboard the flagship only to turn one's back on the core that gives it life?
This core can just as easily take a life too. Especially if someone around here takes a fancy to your boots.
Well, that's unfortunate. There's someone dead on the tracks. That's cool. We're off to a good start. That looks like the way we want to go, so let's go over here. It's like rationing for corpse starch. That sounds like a lovely interaction. Side note, what do we got here? Medkits, yay! And detox. Medkits are something we need. Abelard, you have a couple on you. Genta has one. You do have Medicaid, but you can't really use these. Well, worst case scenario, we wind up saving some. Forces living quarters, and how about this one? Same thing. All right. Back to work.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
The longer you stare at the mark, wow. The longer you stare at the mark, the quieter the sounds of the station become. Shadows grow longer and seem to stretch in the direction of the adjacent section. And what's down here? Well, hold on a second. Don't be running too far. This is lovely. And what, pray tell, are we doing here? Burning down the squalor huts by the looks of it. Go, Abelard!
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
Ration cards, nice. And a little gift on the tracks, okay?
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Burnt man, what's going on here? Mercy, please save me. The young man gasps for air through burnt lips, slipping in and out of delirium. His skin is dripping from his gaunt body like melted wax from a candle. His eyes, somehow intact, alive, clear, and filled with pain, staring at you from under his caked eyelids. Oh, get some enforcers and Medicaid personnel in here now. There's a man in need of revival. Once he has recovered, assign him to a scribe's apprentice. He's too badly injured to go back to a worker's life. A blissful smile twists the man's lips and a tear forms at the corner of his ruined eye socket. The God Emperor sent you to save me. You were his light, you were his grace. Thank you. Thank you for not leaving me here. Never forget forget the mercy the Lord Captain has granted you. When the Undying One is ready to accept a soul, it must be set forth, and so it will be freed from the torment of the flesh. You have chosen to prolong this one's suffering. Your intentions perplex me. Who are you and what happened to you? I'm Vele, a cleaner. I was in my house asleep. Enforcers came, set fire to it. I didn't make it out in time. I wonder how long he's been sitting here like this. A watch? 3? The Whispers say nobody cared because he didn't matter, but they also say he's somehow supposed to matter to us. Strange. Do you know anything about the mark next to you? He tries to turn his head, his blackened skin crunching as it opens into scarlet cracks. A spinner came, painted the symbol. Then he gave me water and whispered a strange verse. He told me to memorize it and to recite it later so that help would come. And here you are. Then I should... He begins to whisper, his lips twisted in pain. Suit smirched soul, her mercy she did grant. Last breath expressed, knife met heart. Removed from chest, passed on to death. Her duty blessed, a balm for those who suffer anguish and distress. A longing brought to rest. Mortal bonds, the soul divest. Help is on the way. Just hold on a little longer. Oh, of course. Thank you. All right, sirs. Send people to burn in my ship. We're gonna have us a word. What is going on here? Britain did it into the live solar power panels, wire, and micro. Bunch of thieves. Okay.
Step. I forge my
Heinrich, what's going on here?
stars.
The Infernus Master salutes you cheerfully with his IO stick. Lord Captain, what an unexpected encounter. What brings you to this compartment? The famous cuisine and magnificent vistas, no doubt. And what are you doing here? I'm here to patch up Savage, locomotive number 3, under the tech priest's supervision. Little Grump is my personal favorite on the entire freight line. Every couple of years, Savage gets mad. His boiler catches fire and starts spitting steam at the repairman. Guess who they call to take on him in these situations? The Inferni, of course. And after I've done all the most dangerous work, that's when the Iron Brains come in. Well, that's alright. I love Savage. When he's in a good mood, the feeling you get standing at his levers and speeding down the freight line is indescribable. I envy those tech priests, drivers who get to operate them every day. The roar of the boiler, the wheels thumping like mad, and all that furious power pulsing in your hands, responding to the slightest movement. How about... There's a mischievous spark in Enric's eyes. I introduce you. I cannot turn down an offer like that. Hey, my own train. The panel before you is covered with technical runes, lemons, and levers. The platform shakes with the boiler's mighty vibration as the iron beast beneath your feet growls and snorts ferociously. Heinrich squints contently and whispers the litany of ignition before turning to you. The machine is angry and refuses to obey. Right now, Savage is powered only by the auxiliary maneuvering engine. We'll need to start the main rotor if we want to take a trip down the freight line. We're going to listen to the rumbling noise coming from the boiler. The stubborn machine does indeed seem remarkably similar to a wild beast. The roar of the mechanism resembles hoarse growling, and the scarlet glow of the lumens on the control panel make you think of the malicious glare of a predator. The spirit of this machine is vicious, but strong and lively. Just start throwing levers? What should I do? Put your hand on the big lever and gently give it a pull. Very gently. Heinrich's face is focused, but his voice has not lost any of its playful cheer. Savage does not like being hassled. We'll grasp the lever and gently pull it towards us. A few erratic jolts shake the platform, and an indignant groan emanates from the depths of the machine. An intense shudder passes through the lever and into the palm of your hand, and there's a strange feeling of emptiness in your stomach. Savage's fiery heart is stirring. Do you feel it? There's so much energy and defiance in him. This is a rocket, not a locomotive. Unruly and enamored of the speed, but quite willing to submit to a strong hand. There's almost a loving tenderness in Enric's voice. Pull the lever toward you, smoothly but firmly, then pump the fuel with his command rune. A new explosion inside Savage shakes his iron body, causing your eyes to see double from the vibration. Now you're feeling his real power. He can run down the entire freight line in a minute given the chance, and kill everyone who rides him at that speed. Now, try applying some thrust to the main rotor. Grab those paired levers and give him a firm tug. We shall awaken the beast. A torrent of steam bursts from the slit in front of your face, but Einrich deftly covers you with his shoulder. A moment later, you realize that you cannot hear a thing. Or rather, you only hear one thing. The roar of the engine, triumphant and powerful. Looks like Savage has agreed not to kill us both. His Tech Priest Guardians will be pleased. All hail the Lord Captain. You have subdued a mighty beast today. Now I'm sure you have urgent business to attend to, and it's time for me to drive Savage down the line and see if he's feeling cranky. Do I go with Savage? Well, there's a door we haven't even opened yet. That was most intriguing, Einrich. I am pleased. Einrich lowers his eyes and grins. Could I have wished for anything more, your lordship? It's kind of looping me into this one. Have a good trip. Everything's going to be all right. Savage will never fry me. Right, Savage? We have over here... busted up loader. And there was just goods here. Oh, good. No, I need the goods.
Accomplished.
Get it, go ahead and get it unlocked. Some more cargo. I feel that I probably should have gone on the train.
Let us walk this path to the end.
Yep. Ooh, we got some commerce going on down here. What's this?
Proven myself yet again.
Contraband. Contraband is what we have going on over here.
Bound by the blood of martyrs.
And goods way down here. Is there a way down? I don't know. I am really just kind of piecemealing this together.
The divine watches over us.
I don't think there's a way over this way. Dead man. Hey, buddy. What are you doing? Sinewy middle-aged man watches the bustle of the bay with a detached expression. Every so often, whenever his eyes linger on the blood mark inscribed nearby, his face changes and his hands clutch into fists. Just as you begin to hear the rumble of an approaching train, the man's gaze turns toward the tracks. He leans forward. Do not even think of marring the underside of my train with your entrails. What? I didn't... The man starts and almost falls, but manages to keep his balance. In the dim and luminous light, you notice old scars scattered all across his body. The scars seem vaguely familiar. Let's use our lore on this one. The scars all vary in length, width, depth, and shape. However, you notice a pattern in the way the scars are aligned, as well as a series of faded symbols on the man's rough skin. Death cultists bear similar marks on their bodies. Oh, hey, now. But spinners are constantly renewing their wounds, while this man's look long since healed. Your eyes always return to that blood symbol. What do you know about it? It's a symbol of the blood-spawn web. I come here every watch, but it hasn't been here before now. I guess today must be a special day. He smiles strangely. The man's faded eyes go wide as he notices Kibala. His voice quivers. You... Have you come to take me to the other side? Kibala briefly studies the man's face, then turns away. I do not know you. Death's gaze is not upon you. The man lets out a dull groan and turns to look at the symbol again. Then why? Why is it here? You look like you're about to take your own life. Are you having a rotten day? My whole life has been rotten. And I only have myself to blame. I've tried to change things, fix things, but I always end up here. So eventually I accept the truth. Who are you? A dead man. I lost my name years ago. I've just been another dead man ever since. You dare insult the rogue trader with your impudence? Your body may already be covered in scars, but your tongue seems to be asking for more. You know the symbols of the bloodspun web. You bear similar scars. Are you a spinner? I was, but I failed to complete my final assignment, so I was exiled from the cult. The Vizier told me to kill the one who would be at a certain junction of the utility tunnels at a certain hour. I went to the appointed spot, then I waited. An hour, 2, 5. The junction was still empty. Nobody came. After hours of waiting, I finally realized the person at the junction had been me the whole time. It was my turn to go to the Undying One. But I was... afraid. I couldn't do my duty. I ran. So the spinners simply let you go. They made no attempts to find you and kill you. There was no pursuit. I thought I'd see their black blades the very next day. Instead, years passed without them taking my heart. I tried starting a new life, but the terror never stopped eating away at me. When I got truly desperate, I went to the Temple of Death myself, but no one there would speak to me. When I gave them my name, they just whispered, "Sigrid has gone to the Undying One." They looked through me like I wasn't even there. I've lived like this for 20 years, like a coward, like a dead man. You were ordered to die? For what reason? The man looks at you. But some would choose to leave the righteous path. Those earn penance in due time. Her whip sings vengeance on renegade menace. Her blades pass sentence. Her cowards seek to hide their hearts, but death makes no pretendance. It takes what is due in essence. He stops, then adds hoarsely. The third verse of the Song of Trailing Blood. The Vizier recited it to me before sending me on my final assignment. I didn't realize at the time that it was my judgment. There were plenty of reasons. I sowed death. I offered him the souls of the most pleasing men and women I could find because it kindled my passions. I killed well-off crewmen who didn't deserve their wealth, and I took their thrones. I killed enforcers who looked into my eyes without fear, because I wanted to be feared. I reveled in bloodshed. I betrayed the tenants. I realized it, but I couldn't help it, because I enjoyed it. Oh, you poor thing, I think I'm gonna cry. You couldn't stop slicing people up. That must have been so hard for you. Even my whispers have nothing to say to a pathetic tale like that. I bet they're thinking, what a lousy, self-absorbed sack of scum. You do not sound particularly remorseful. I've spent years in remorse. I'm tired of it. Have you killed any more innocent souls since you ran? No, I've been afraid to touch my own knife since that day. Thought it might just stab me on its own, but the temptation is always there. You are disgusting. I will not grant you the release you crave so much. May you live on in suffering, fearful of every shadow. No! What about the symbol? The portent? You were supposed to... The man's tired eyes filled with horror that quickly turned into hysteria. His knees buckle, and he staggers heavily before falling onto the tracks with a pitiful cry. No! Help! Cabela stares at the remains of he who was once her brother in service. Truly, it is better to die for him than to live for yourself. This he forgot. Well, I don't feel bad. I would very much rather, seeing how he relished in it, wasn't his duty, he relished, that he go ahead and figure it out the hard way. Alright, so Cabela, where are you going?
The shadows reveal their secret.
Whoa, no. No. Okay, well, the rest of the party was really far behind, so I'm guessing this is what's going on here. Waiting for everybody to catch up. How many times not to tell you, ungrateful maggots? Mistakes must be paid for. Have mercy in the throne's name, I beg you. Nope. The battered worker throws himself at your feet and touches the toe of your boot with his dirty palms. Your gracious lordship, hand of the God Emperor, save your unworthy servant. Get lost. The enforcer's baton, heavy baton, pummels the man's back and shoulder several times. His bones crack audibly. My sincerest apologies, Lord Captain. Your boots. I'll clean it right away. A murmur of discontent breaks out among the gawkers who have gathered around. None of the other workers dare come closer, but the anger on their faces is plain to see. I intend to hear this man out. Your lordship, I worked hard, never even take breaks to rest. And all I earn is 7 ration cards with 15 mouths to feed back home. Holy crap. That's a lot of mouths. The enforcers shake me down every shift, just like they do every other honest hard worker who... Enough whining. You and your pals lifted a box of Nutribars a few watches ago, and 2 canisters of water before that. I didn't beat the life out of you because I took pity on you, and this is the thanks I get? You quarantined the hub for 20 watches and refused to give out rations if we didn't have cards. Cards we had no way to earn. And today you earned 15 cards in a single shift because you do the work of 3 people, right? Or did you take your pals to a dark corner somewhere, do them in, and take their share? I didn't do them in, it was an accident. The worker stops himself, cowers and whimpers. They got their heads bashed in by crates. The dead don't need rations. What to say? Am I to understand that enforcers are appropriating earnings from workers after their shifts? We appropriate nothing. We just monitor and redistribute. The enforcer mutters gloomily. The rabble are a lying and a thieving lot. We have instructions to stay alert for people holding more than the standard amount of ration cards. To prevent supply embezzlement and famine. They do take our cards, your lordship, and then they grow fat using them for themselves. The worker's eyes squeeze shut tightly as he whispers his accusations. He seems unable to believe his stroke of luck. Hmm. Well, hold on just a second here. Nick. Okay, so the long and short of this one is that the Imperium is not a nice place. That I understand. That I get. 100%. But the way I see it, if a worker works for it, you should get it. So while I'm not exactly happy about the worker taking the cards off of dead men, I'm also equally not happy about the enforcer taking the cards from other workers and then redistributing them. And I'm leaning really heavily on this one. Both deserve punishment. I guess it all depends how tight of a ship I want to run. You both deserve punishment. Strip the arbitrary enforcer of his rank and give lashes to the thief. The worker snarls at the enforcer, who has suddenly gone pale. Didn't expect that now, did you? Once my back stops hurting, we'll see how brave you are without your baton. Low, insistent dissent begins to rise in the crowd, only to die back down as soon as the enforcers brandish their batons. The murmurs immediately turn into pleas for mercy. A sullen, red-bearded man with keen black eyes draws your attention. His oddly piercing gaze seemed to size you up the whole time you were speaking, but now he has hasted to conceal himself behind the gawkers. The next thing you know, you are watching him hurry deeper into the tunnels. The discharged enforcer, surrounded by spiteful ears, glowers at the crowd as the beaten workers laugh uproariously, seemingly far more pleased with the other's misfortune than troubled by his own sentence. Okay, we had goods up here.
Your duty.
More ration cards. More goods here. It's the lower decker. Oh no, levers. There's levers. Let's check out everything else first. Move the container, Abelard.
Lesson learned.
And he has fatigued. But I am on the void ship. Hold on a second. Where did I move the container to?
With each
Oh, did he fail?
forge my destiny among the stars.
I think he failed. Aww. Nothing of note there. Need more bloodstained path heading this way. I think we would have been able to see a secret here if we got that container moved, but we didn't. Okay, well, if I need to get here, how would I go about it? All the way down here. And all the way to the other side.
Let the faith guide my path.
Already got that door open. Well, this looks like just the start. Again. Well, that is troubling. Yeah. Can't get down there because I didn't move the crate, so I can't open the door. Depressing. So, that did. That's great. That should move it down here. Yes. Perfect. I have to attach it to the container manually. Okay. Secure the container. There we go. Flip the switch. Beautiful.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
Abelard throat is back for no reason. Haha. There's a video game that had a symbol similar to that. I can't remember what it was. Hey, you! They shot everyone. Please don't tell them. Okay. Power pick. This weapon has an extra attack action which increases armor penetration of all subsequent attacks made against the same target by +10 for 1 round. Stacks. It's a melee weapon light. It is a power weapon too, though. Interesting. Nobody has any real need for, or real use for power weapons, do they? There is no parry, though. You have the spinner's blade. I still have the two-handed blade, don't I? Where is it? Yeah, silent verdict. +2 to the will is critical hit chance for each attack they make. This bonus stacks till the end of each round. So this is great for a blade dancer. Abelard, you have no use for a power pick. It does better damage, better armor penetration, but I always think the noble sword is still better, at least until we get some use out of the power weapons. Mainly because I want him to still be able to parry. but that armor pen, no, that damage. It's still better. We'll take a little bit more damage. Let's try it and see how it works. I guess in reality I can always swap out weapons, but the other one is a sidearm, so... I am torn. Absolutely torn. Dual wielding might be an option too. But still, I kind of find it funny we blew out Abelard's back for literally no reason. So, with all that said and done, I have missed a lot of loot.
The Divine watches over us.
Let us see what I found.
More ration cards. Haddock is located there. I missed loot there. Somehow it must be in the pipe here or something. Right there. Grab that cargo. But this is going to be looking like the next area we need to go to is over here.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Cross to the other side. There we go. Oi! What's going on here? Stabbing each other. Alright, so just a loving husband and wife, potentially platonic partners, taking care of each other. Okay, good. Yep. Yep. Husband and wife. There we go. Ah. As a side note, why did that play out? Got the beggars following me now. And what is over here? This is the food vat? Oh god, I hope not. I hope not. Alright, beggars. A group of beggars are rattling the alms mugs and ostentatiously displaying their hung and sunken bellies and various disfigurements. A toothless man falls to his knees before you. Your lordship, spare a throne for those who can't even get the worst jobs. Let your bellies be full tonight. Yeah. Praise be the Lord Captain. The poor descend on the alms like a pack of gutter rats, each one scurrying off to their own corner with what they grabbed. And off you get. Alright. I got more beggars. I don't know where to go. We can have a look over here. The body to look at. What is this? Shreds of rat carcasses and yellow green moss stew in the cloudy sludge. Ugh. Lovely. And what say you over here?
Duty.
So Spinner killed that guy and they don't know why. Okay. That's always a good thing. And down we go.
With each step, I forge my destiny among
Oh, saving.
stars.
What's that?
I have a blindfolded old man.
The duty prevails.
Typically used to transport weapons. An old man in pitiful rags listens intently to the sound of your footsteps. A stinking piece of cloth is wrapped around his eyes, with greenish pus oozing out from under it. The old man lays his trembling hands protectively on the hump of junk that serves as his bed, as well as his table. An empty beggar's mug makes a clicking sound next to his withered leg. What happened to your eyes? The void rats gnawed them out while I was asleep, and the sewer water my wounds were washed in with was infected, turns out. The pain became a stinging feeling that wouldn't go away and only got worse. How does a blind old man manage to survive in a place like this? People help me. Good people. Not so good ones, too. He sweeps his withered arm vacantly around the slum. There, next to you. Weapons are usually transported in crates like those. I want to look inside. Weapons? The old man's voice sounds frightened and pitiful. How would something like that wind up in our bottom of the bilge compartment? I am Rogue Trader Solstrom von Valancius, and you will show me whatever I tell you to show me. Rogue Trader? The old man's face widens in astonishment, and he bows reverently, whispering, I've waited for so long, hoping to one day serve you, Lord Captain. The crate. Cold voice filled with the promise of death mutters, Pathetic fool. That's our secrecy gone right down the shitter. Folks, we're gonna have to make some noise. A common worker, her face so nondescript it almost looks scrubbed off, is aiming a weapon at you that she produced seemingly out of nowhere. Leave no witnesses. Okay, if you want to do this.
Grovel before the faithful. I will take you down.
So yeah, she's got officer duties. Wow, that's a lot of people. You have been ambushed. The battle begins. Bella, you get to go first. We have blade dance. You can also do this and make a good little leap.
This goes against the tenets.
But we could move first. I want to put a Genta here so she can unload her bolter right through there. Don't get much of a churn. The foreman's going to go first. Vatguard way in the back is going to go. Then Solstrom. And there's a lot of people to get to go before Agenta does. Okay.
Trust me. The other side awaits.
Then we'll do that.
As honor ordains.
actually going to put her right up against the foreman here. And then we're going to go... Brutal Strike. It's an area attack.
The shadows will see it done.
Now I should have checked that first. That's alright. What have we got here? Blood File. We'll hold on to that.
I'm here, maggot.
Was the foreman neutral? If so, that's gonna suck. Let's get Abelard going here. And...
Rejoice in service.
who do I want to do? Let's see. Air of Authority. Abelard going. Let's do... Deadeye shot. Maybe not Deadeye. Let's just get... clean these guys up behind us.
All who oppose us. Hold on.
There is only death. Yours or mine.
Let's make it quick.
Yeah, it looked like the foreman was actually kind of on our side here. Whoops.
Lost in our ranks.
Blade Dancer down. Okay, well, that didn't work out too well. Unless it worked out great and I have everybody lined up here where I want them. Running gun. We need that one. Burst fire. Burst fire.
Faith without eradicated can escape the Emperor's judgment.
How about we do another one?
I'll do it. Is a prayer.
Ah, it's so good. Oh, this is prime for Warp Strike here. Let's do more warning on Abelard. And do sensory deprivation. We can literally... Where is cover? There is none.
Anything else?
Get 3 more off the board. Cassia hasn't even gone yet. We could charge there.
One fewer target.
And no need for sworn enemy. Cassia. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Live the stare. Now I got your spot open up. You can put you in a cover. I'm gonna wipe everybody.
I am a navigator.
The fury of House Orcelio.
Nobody tried to defend himself. That's fair. Full attack turn. Who would benefit more?
In the name of House Orcelio,
Abelard, get running.
I shall prevail.
At your beck and call. I took care of this one.
We got 3 guys left on the board.
Indeed. Target well struck.
Almost got him.
It will be done.
That's a miss, and I'm out of AP. Cassia.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Get moving, Agenta.
Scared yet?
Well, apparently I have a shot here.
I won't suffer this.
Must be able to see the target. Let's get rid of the flank.
These blushes are choking me.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. As the Emperor commands, I act.
I'm gonna do a reload here, actually.
Doubt is for the weak.
There is movement in the Empyrean.
I wonder, do I see this guy? No.
Can do.
You see that guy?
Will do.
We'll pop his head.
Turn of fate.
Splash the damage on down to that Vanguard. I can't see him.
That is not my destiny.
Abelard, let's get you
I've
right
seen worse
here.
battles than this in my time. I'd rather not.
And get this all cleaned up, please.
One fewer target.
Are you alright, Lord Captain? Those cutthroats didn't hurt you, I hope. The man's prosthetic leg has been shot, and it carries his weight awkwardly. Yes, just completely ignore the fact that I actually tried to kill you. Yellow is neutral. Keep in mind. The locals and the enforcers call me the Forceman. I have no other name. You might say I'm in charge here in this hole of a place. You recognize the shaggy red beard and the keen black eyes. This is the man who was watching you during your encounter with the enforcer and the station worker. What in Throne's name was that? I'm not sure. Perhaps those freeloaders believed in the tales of the Nemesite. As it happens, I've complained to the to Captain Fresno about some idiots who've been painting pictures on the walls and citing people. And what did he say? I've got everything under control. Had I known it would come to this, I'd have nabbed those sods and thrown them in the pestilence pit myself. And now we'll be pestered by enforcers to no end. Boy, damn it all. Who is this Nemesite? Just a story they tell around here. There's this chap, they say, wanders the lower decks helping the poor who can't earn a living for themselves, and standing up to the officers and enforcers in defense of the weak. Except he's just a story and nothing more. I will be speaking to Captain Fresno about what happened. Well, in your case, he'll certainly hear you out and not. He grins and indicates his broken ribs. You know. Hand these out to the people. You know who needs them the most. He opens and closes his mouth in astonishment. Lord Captain, you've just helped some good families survive. I'll divide the cards among them and be sure to tell them it was your lordship who did this good turn. I saw you near the marketplace. What were you doing there? Watching one of my workers take a beating. I feel sorry for the lad, but there was nothing I could do. The foreman smiles wryly, showing his yellow teeth. Almost all the front ones have been knocked out. I've stuck my neck out in the past. Not doing it again. Tell me what life is like for workers on the lower decks. They toil day in and day out for the glory of the ship. The rest of the time, they do their best to survive, faced with hunger, the more deranged of the enforcers. Void leprosy, fires, floods, noxious fumes. The foreman lists these on his fingers, although he has fewer than nature's average to work with. In a word, it's a decent enough life. If you work, you survive. If you freeload, you also survive if you're clever. Well, and if the God Emperor wills it. What are you cooking in the vat? Believe it or not, the soup is made from old slime and technical drain water? Has been simmering here in this vat for at least 200 years non-stop. See the growth in the walls over there? We harvest it, dry it, and use it to season the soup. If we're lucky, the smell attracts a void rat and someone gets to have meat in their bowl. The foreman points a finger proudly towards the vat. It's for those who can't even earn a ration card. I feed them in exchange for services or favors. Sometimes it pays off, and sometimes it doesn't. My people keep an eye out for workers trying to eat 2 bowls in one sitting. One is enough to fill your stomach for an entire watch. Some complain about the taste, of course. Ingrates. I seek the Bloodspun Web's temple. Do you know where it is? The cultists don't let people like me in on their rights and mysteries. I'm grateful to them for their service to the God Emperor, but, to be honest, I can't get behind their love of death. I'm much too fond of living. Lord Captain, I beg another second of your attention. Please accept this humble gift from us, the common people of the Bay, for all the good you do to us. The most precious thing we can get for your lordship. A hidden auto-stimulant. And what, pray tell? If the wearer did not move during their turn and became immobilized, slowed, stunned, or knocked prone, they gain temporary wounds equal to 6. If the wearer has conviction iconoclast, all their allies immediately gain the same number of temporary wounds. So if you didn't, as long as you don't move, this is actually going to be really good for me with that sniper rifle. And as for everybody else here, overexerted, crippled arm. Well, there's plenty of stuff to pick up here. Auto guns. A stolen autocannon. Hi. Well, I don't mean to be suddenly very interested, but I'm suddenly very interested. Who is still complaining about injuries? Probably the foreman. Scrappy autogun. More goods over here. Oh, those are the guys fighting up top. Of course. So, I use this.
Blood is my life. Death is my duty.
Is that an old injury? Permanent. We're off to a wonderful start. We may have to go back.
The Emperor.
We threw out Abelard's back, and now our blade dancer is crippled. There's an athletics test up here. More goods? Potentially. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, bud.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
Get up here and see if we can't throw Abelard's back right out.
Watch out.
Ooh, secret goods. More ration cards.
Just as he ordained.
More goods.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
I'm still new to the art of exploring.
I think we got all of our ration cards back again. Onwards! Let's see what we got. We're getting pretty far down now. Can I get my camera around?
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
You mean there? Where's there? Ah, trap! Disarm.
Duty prevails.
There we go. Give our gift to the ones who sees nothing but hears everything, then the truth will be revealed to you. Sister Argenta. What is your strength? 30. So even you can't wear this auto gun. Or auto cannon. Closest one would have been Abelard. I think having two weapons probably isn't going to help anything either. Ah, man. Who'd be able to pack that? You need insane strength just to do that. Insane strength that we don't have.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
We have a bunch of outcasts here. What's going on? The decaying bodies creeps through your throat and lungs, forming a sticky film lining your airways. Oh, we got some hurt people up here. Nope. I don't get to choose. It looks like we got people trying to imitate the death cult. Alright, well, you guys just murdered somebody, so I am going to go ahead and correct that. In a hot second.
I do what I must.
He's suffering from an easily curable disease that when caught early would have saved him. Okay, that's depressing. You, outcast leader! What are you doing? The specimens before you must be the most repellent inhabitants in the compartment. They're covered in sores and bald patches glistening with pus, and the stench of unwashed bodies brings a tear to your eye. One of them glowers at you and grunts. What you want? For what crime did you kill this man? Grinning, the leader spits out. For the crime of wealth, the dead bastard had rations and fuel cells. We'll trade them for porridge. I am the Lord Captain of this ship. On your knees, insolent scum. The outcasts look at one another and burst into hoarse, gurgling cackles. The Lord Captain in our shithole, and I'm St. Dursus, and here's my regalia. The man exposes an armpit riddled with boils. Cassia lets out a faint sigh, hastily covering her face with her hands. Gracious Emperor, why are we talking to these horrible people? Abelard attentively holds out a snow-white handkerchief to her. I fear, Lady Cassia, these and many other questions will be left unanswered. Argenta towers over the freak, looking immaculate and unaffected. Even meeting wretched heretics such as this brings me joy. Wiping out even a drop of corruption is still a worthy deed. You detect a note of hysteria in their vagrants' laughter. The fingers of many are convulsively trembling. And there is something in the fearless way they look at you, an indifference to death, too strange and unnatural. Well, you are sentenced to death for committing murder on my ship. The mutant bears the black stumps that are his teeth. We'll gut you and trade what you have on you for a pile of scrand. Hey, outcast, come on up if you want a share of the spoils.
The impure cannot escape their fate. Surrender!
Well, we get to go ahead and set things up this time, so... Group of 3 back here. Soul there. Abelard. I'll get you squaring off against the big guy. Dira back there. Argenta. Those are all melee, so I'm going to say you could probably go ahead and fall back. Half cover here. It's not going to help because they're on the wrong side, but it is what it is. Cassia there. Put our Blade Dancer right there. Let's start the battle.
Chaos guides me.
Yes, everybody close in.
I will not die in dishonor.
To the weak. Chaos guides me.
We were taking hits no matter what we did, so... Abelard dog.
So sure.
Really? Not in line of sight. Cassie will be able to take care of herself.
Not this
Too
Scryer's
far. That'll kick back on us. Back on everybody there. Well, Argenta, I guess you're going to be getting the boon.
That is not my destiny.
Can't see him.
On it.
Start working on you then.
I serve the ruinous powers.
Out of my way.
Abelard!
Victory is imminent.
And I am certainly going to set you up for sworn enemy.
At your beck and call.
Do some indomitable.
Target well struck.
Gonna swing in. Argenta. Cassie is not going to be effective. Okay, let's do run and
Faith
gun.
without deeds is worthless.
This will only be 1
As
point.
the Emperor commands.
2 points. Little blow through. That's awesome that they seem to be puking out disgusting vapors. What do I want? Better clean up what's next to us.
So shall another step towards our ultimate victory. The Emperor commands.
Now, if I were to say...
And so it shall be done.
That's... They do another swing.
Indeed. Reduced to dust.
Well, target's down. Camilla! Brutal strike and wrap these two up.
I shall not fail. Death is a blessing.
And including allies. That's the worst part. I got Abelard right there. Ooh, a parry.
Come, the other side awaits.
Can I get up here?
I cannot serve
Too
you
far.
this way.
Unfortunate. Lady Cassia. Ooh. Yeah, pretty much everybody cleaned up around here.
Emperor, deliver us. I'll paint your death in colors.
And we'll snipe that guy out of here. Perfect. Free them up. And I got plenty of shots for you.
So shall it be done. Your corrupt way has failed you.
All right, let's get Cassia set up for another eye blast up here. Nobody's got... Yeah, we'll move that next turn.
You need a breathing navigator.
Yeah, poison's getting a little bad.
They who discern the future on the battlefield.
Crush the feeble.
Chaos guides me.
Poison fumes. Where can I charge? I can't get up there.
Follow my lead.
Even the charge won't be far enough.
I'm not interested. It will be done.
I flat out missed those guys. That's unfortunate. We could try this.
I'll do it. As the Emperor... Here's my Emperor!
Well, it did something, that's for sure.
This is beyond me.
And that didn't kill him. Okay, I
will not be deterred.
Let's see if I can wrap this up. Nope. Ran out of bullets.
The Emperor commands.
I would that I could.
I cannot reach that.
I will.
But can I
lead
jump into
the
these
Princess
guys?
Scarlet. No.
Oh, no. Well, that's unfortunate. They are going to get to move. I just do this.
As the tenets
And just a straight up blade dance. There you go.
brings me no pleasure. Trust me.
And why not? Well, this is free, which is absolutely hilarious.
The shadows will see it done. Death is a blessing. I shall not fail.
So that being free, like, can I keep on doing this until I get... Oh, no. Eventually it does. Eventually it does run out. Unfortunate. Lady Cassia.
Emperor, give me strength.
Let's get up here and do one of these. It's not gonna kill everybody. I'll do one of those.
If I may.
And then we'll do... Oh, I don't have enough AP for one of those. Well, I think I just killed Cassia because I didn't use my AP properly.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Shoot.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Well, we might be okay, actually. Because they're going to burn next turn anyways.
Anything else? Was it you? Or
We'll do sensory deprivation.
anything else?
Cassia some forewarning. See if that... Ow.
Walking.
Rebound. Ow. That backfired.
Out my way.
Yeah, they didn't burn enough.
Here is a tactical disadvantage.
We are fine.
I will do my...
That's what I'm looking for.
Rejoice in battle! That is not the Emperor's
Oh, I need to do a reload.
Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it.
Still able to snap off one shot, though, so I'll take that. There, look like it never happened. Because I'm going to pretend it never happened. What do we got? Chest plates. Relished anguish. At the end of the wearer's turn, they gain temporary wounds equal to the amount of collision damage inflicted by the wearer this turn. Okay. Collision damage. Don't touch anything. Everyone here is diseased. I see that. Which is just awesome. Well then. We can sneak in a level. It's probably a good idea to do this before going on any further. So I'm going to put a cut in here while I go ahead and do the level, and we will be back shortly. All right, everybody, welcome back. So let's go ahead and do a quick little chat here. I gave Finest Hour. Gains additional bonuses during their extra turn. The target deals plus 50% damage. Until the end of combat, the target gains the effective voice of command. Daring Breach also grants plus 10 movement points till the end of the turn. The warrior does not provoke attacks of opportunity for this turn for Abelard. Dismantling attack also cripples the enemy, reducing their weapon skill and ballistic skill by minus 30 until the end of combat. Argenta, what I give you? Until the end of combat, all of the soldiers' attacks are 20% harder to dodge. And until the end of combat, the soldiers' range attacks gain plus 10% armor penetration. I don't know if we're going to be able to use that autocannon, but if we can get something a little bit heavier than the bolter, that should be very, very nice. Cassia. We gave you all negative effects are immediately removed from the target until the officer's next turn. The target cannot die. Its wounds cannot be reduced below 1 for her Finest Hour. And Cabela, we gave you... Upon using Death Waltz, the Blade Dancer immediately heals the full. The cost of the abilities that cost wounds are reduced by half until the end of combat. So, kind of niche stuff, I guess, because it is our kind of special abilities, but, you know, I kind of figured that might be fairly nice to have. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that's about all the time we have for today. So if you enjoyed today's episode, by all means, please don't forget to do all the YouTube stuff. It is very, very good and benefits the channel immensely. We'll continue this one, though, in the next episode. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, all.